I just remember something. I'm just in Asda car park and I'm just going to Starbucks. And last night, I was just over by there, just out by Starbucks. Starbucks place, sorry, just over there. And I was on the phone to Avril. I went out for a walk. I was on the phone to her from work. And all of a sudden, there was a guy over there with a trolley. And he was shouting over, "What are you videoing me for? Why are you taking photos of me for?" And I goes, "What are you on about?" He goes, "Why are you taking videos, photos?" I said, "I'm on the phone." "No, you're not, you're taking videos of me." I was like, "I don't know what you're on about." So I said to Avril, "I don't know what's going on here." I got some guy in the background, and she could hear it. So she was laughing. So he goes off a little bit further. He has something in his trolley. And he stops again. And he goes, "Oh, I'm going to knock you out." I was like, right, okay. I was like, what the hell are you on about? Were you taking photos of me? I said, "I'm not taking photos of you. I'm on the phone." So anyway, I walks up closer. And he's there and he's still giving all this. And I said, "Mate, what's your problem? I am going to beef with you. What is your problem?" I said, "I'm on the phone to one of my staff members and all you're doing is giving me ass and no, you're not on the phone to anyone. You're just videoing me. You're taking..." And oh God, I was like, "What?" And he's going, "You're pretending..." So I looked at him and he looked like he was intoxicated with something. He was really pale and wobbling a little bit. So I said, "Do you want drugs?" And he goes, "What do you mean I'm on drugs?" I said, "Do you want drugs?" He said, "What drugs am I on then?" I said, "Well, I don't know." And he's going on and on and on. I said, "Look, do me a favor, go about your business, because I'm here on the phone to my staff member." And I said, "I can't be dealing with you." So he goes on and he goes off again then he's there again, stops, and he goes, "See, you're taking photos of me again." I said, "I'm not taking photos on the phone." So he's ranting and raving, then he goes, "I'm going to knock that phone out of your hand and knock you out." So I goes, "Right, you want to knock me out?" I said, "Come on then, big lad." So he's there now. You say you come. I said, No. I said, "I'm still on the phone to Avril." I said, "You come to me, come on." She comes over to me, he gets by me, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Oh no, sorry mate, you know, don't want any trouble and that, and yeah, I'm sorry about that, and I'm a bit drunk, I am." So I said to him, I was like, "Right, okay, I accept your apology." I said, "You know, I'm on the phone." I said, "Just go on your way." And he said, "Oh, the trolley I got there, I'm going to weigh it in for scrap metal." And I was like, "Right, good for you. It's none of my business." I said, "Right." And he starts smiling and he goes on his way. And then all of a sudden he turned around and he said, "Do you want a can of beer?" I was like, "No, I don't." And then he went. Bizarre, right?